What's going on, everybody? This is Brian from SneakerFiles.com. I'm finally back. I have been getting a lot of DMs, people asking where I've been. I try to hit most of you guys back. For those that I didn't, I do apologize. But this video is the annual Air Jordan release dates mega video. So for this one, it's the 2024 Air Jordan release dates, all that we have so far, everything that we know. It's going to be a long one. And before I get into things, like always, greatly appreciate a thumbs up. And if you're new here, make sure to subscribe by hitting the button below. I could really use your support on this video, so if you want to share it, that's great as well. Recording this video has taken me 4 days. I'm not sure how long it's going to take to edit it. It's probably going to be another 4 days, so hopefully you guys enjoy it. Now, we have almost, or probably on the dot, 100 pairs dropping in 2024 so far. They're all covered in this video. A lot of them have specific dates. Some of them have months, and some of them have time frames. As well, in the video, I'm going to let you know if a shoe is mock-up, if it's accurate or not. And if it's a first look, you guys probably will already know that. But yeah, I'm going to cover all the bases on this. But as you guys know, these release dates do change often. I know I had to reshoot a couple shoes because the release date changed when I originally recorded it. So in the case that it does, there will be a link in the description below, which will take you to SneakerFiles.com, specifically our Air Jordan release dates page, and it'll be updated there. As well, moving forward, I'm going to be more consistent on dropping the videos. I know I'm hit or miss lately. A lot of things have been going on behind the scenes, things that are good, not bad, but good. And I needed to get this video out before 2024, and we're nearing it. So with all of that out of the way, let's get into this video. It's the holiday season, and if you're like me, you asked for a new pair of sneakers for Christmas. You just unwrapped that fresh pair of Jarritos Nike SB Dunk Lows, but maybe a few things look off, and you want a second opinion on authenticity. The best place to get your sneakers checked is POIZON. With their authentication process, it only takes 3 minutes to see if your shoes are real or fake. POIZON is also running a deal for first-time buyers. When you use these codes on the screen, you could save up to $50. The process is simple. To authenticate your shoes, you only need to take some photos. For example, the lateral side, the insoles, and the box. From here, you will upload them to POIZON, wait about 3 minutes, and have your results emailed to you. If you're tired of buying from random vendors that overcharge you or are unsure of the authenticity of the shoes, then POIZON is your #1 option. POIZON has a competitive market that beats StockX and GOAT. If you need some gifts for Christmas or the new year, go to POIZON and use these codes on the screen, and you may get the best deal ever. Alright, to officially get this video started, probably not the best shoe to talk about depending on what you like, but we have the Jordan Tatum 1 Tunnel Walk. Now, this is the first pair that's going to release in 2024, specifically on January 4th. Also, Tatum will debut his second signature shoe. I don't really have a time frame from that. I believe it's going to be around fall. Also, Luka's going to drop his third, but this pair is inspired by the attire he wears down the tunnel, getting ready to head to the locker room and get suited up for the game. This pair, like I mentioned, drops on January 4th. They will be available in full family sizing. So we have men's at 120, grade school at 90, preschool for 75, and toddler sizes at 55. Images recently leaked of the Air Jordan 2 known as Cell. Now they're being called Cell Black because obviously we have some black detailing. We knew that from the color description. However, the placement is just right there in your face. So this is a women's exclusive, and the official colorway is Cell Coconut Milk in black. So as you can see, the shoe does feature mostly Cell and coconut milk throughout, but we have black detailing on the side panels, heel, and hinted on the outsole. So if you're interested in buying, they drop on January 10th in women's sizing, and the retail price will be $175. We have several pairs that will feature yellow ochre that debut throughout 2024, but the first pair to release is the Air Jordan 1 High OG. The shoes feature a yellow ochre, black, and Cell color combination. Cell runs across the base as well as the midsole. We have yellow on the overlays, black hitting the swoosh, wings, ankle, and the laces. Overall, it's not a bad colorway, and for those that want to grab them, they will now release on January 13th, originally scheduled for January 27th, And the retail price for men's sizing is $180, while grade school sizes will cost you $140. Releasing for kids, we have the Air Jordan 3 Red Stardust, or also being called White Red Stardust. Now, I don't have an image of the shoe. I may put together a mock-up. If not, then it's just going to be a silhouette. But the official colorway is White Anthracite Red Stardust, Cell in Saturn Gold. Releasing on January 19th, the retail price for grade school is $160, preschool sizes will cost $100, and toddler sizes will cost you $85. Jordan Brand has a few releases that will pay tribute to the Nike Air Python. The Nike Air Python released around the same time as the Air Jordan 2, and it features the upper from the Air Jordan 2 and the midsole from the Air Force 2. The shoe was highlighted in Python, and one of the shoes that will release is the Air Jordan 2 dubbed Python. So while it doesn't directly resemble the OG pair, it does feature Python across the panels, which appears to have some 3M reflective detailing. And for the mid/high, whatever you want to call them, this colorway consists of white, fire red, black, cell, and cement gray. So a few months back, there was some confusion on the Air Jordan 2 Origins, that pair, and this one, just because the color description was similar. So some people thought that the Origins pair was actually pushed until January, but that wasn't the case. They're two separate pairs. So other than that, we have white leather up top. Like I mentioned, the Python pattern on the panels, which appears to have 3M reflective. In these photos, it looks like there's purple on the outsole, but that's actually gray. And then we have black on the piping, heel, inside of the tongue, liner, and the wings on the tongue. Now, just a bit of fire red is used, which appears on the Nike branding across the heels. So if you're interested in grabbing this pair, they drop on January 20th. They will be available in full family sizing. So we have men's at $175, grade school at $140, preschool at $85, and toddler sizes will cost you $65. 2024 will be the Year of the Dragon, and Jordan Brand is not only going to release a Year of the Dragon collection, but also a Chinese New Year collection. Now, probably the most sought after from the two collections is the Air Jordan 1 Low OG, which is shown. The official colorway is Cell, Cedar, Oil Green, Light Pumice, and Dark Team Red, featuring a green scale leather on the overlays, which of course represents a dragon. Cell leather runs across the base. We also have Dark Team Red on the swoosh logos and embroidered on the wings branding, which lands on the gold heel tabs. On the inside of the tongues, we have a Jumpman logo with a dragon that's intertwined. Finishing the look is a translucent outsole. Now, we do have some good news on this. Although not confirmed, it's a high probability that they will drop in the States. These images we're using came from JD Sports. JD Sports is in the United States. They're also intertwined with Finish Line. And as of now, the release date is January 24th, and the retail price will be $160. Now, these are being called the Air Jordan 38 Chinese New Year. There's a possibility that they'll be nicknamed Year of the Dragon. It seems that some of these shoes are interchanging names. And the official colorway is Cedar, Metallic Gold Grain, Light Pumice, Cell, Oil Green, and Dark Team Red. As you can see, we have these red hues throughout. Also a mint light green on the laces, part of the midsole, and of course the CNY/Year of the Dragon branding on the insoles. But they are expected to debut January 24th. The retail price will be $200. Also part of the collection is the Air Jordan 1 Low SC Year of the Dragon. These will not feature the Nike Air branding. However, in my opinion, it's a very clean colorway. Dressed in a Cell, Metallic Gold Grain, Dark Team Red, and Dark Smoke Gray. We have the shade of red used on the overlays, all the while constructed with leather. But the touch that I like is the swoosh logos. They are done in gold. And it also has that design that we see on the Year of the Dragon or the Chinese New Year logo that was placed on the Air Jordan 38, the insoles. I'm not exactly sure what that's called, but the wings on the heel are also done in gold. We have a white midsole and a translucent outsole. This pair, along with the Air Jordan 1 Low OG, they feature a similar like hang tag. I don't want to really call it a hang tag. It's like a jewel type thing. You'll see it in the images. But this pair is also expected to debut on January 24th for $125. Now, this pair doesn't have a release date, but more than likely they're going to drop on January 24th. It's the Jordan Spizike Low Year of the Dragon. Now, I'm going to be honest with you guys. I actually like this Spizike low. I think it's better than the mid, high, whatever you want to call them. And this pair features a cell, oil green, dark team red, light pumice, and cedar color combination. Now, the color blocking is similar to the Air Jordan 1 Low OG. We have the dragon texture on the overlays, white across the base, along with red accents, and a little bit of gold. Anyways, let me know your thoughts on the model. Like I mentioned, I'm a fan of it. And the retail price will be $170. That part I'm not a fan of. That's really steep, especially for a Spizike low. The last pair I'm going to go over, part of the Chinese New Year or Year of the Dragon collection. Like I mentioned, it seems like the names are interchangeable, is the Air Jordan 2 Low. Now this will be a women's exclusive release. No images have leaked. I haven't had the chance to see them. I'm going to try to have a Photoshop put together for this pair. And the official colorway is Cell, Cedar, Dark Smoke Gray, Dark Team Red, and Metallic Gold Grain. Dropping on January 24th, the retail price will be $165. Originally scheduled to release in February, the Air Jordan 6 Yellow Ochre will now debut in January. This is the second pair part of the Yellow Ochre pack, and it features a white, yellow ochre, and black color combination. Now the color blocking on this pair is like the Carmine Air Jordan 6. We have nubuck on the base, which is done in yellow. We have yellow on the tongue overlay, hinted on the spoiler, and then we have white on the overlays. Other than that, we have black on the tongue and midsole, and then a yellow lace lock and a translucent outsole finishes the look. If this is a pair you plan on buying, they will release on January 27th. They will be available in full family sizing, so the retail price for men is $200, $160 for grade school, $100 for preschool, and $85 for toddler sizes. Originally scheduled to release in March, the Air Jordan 3 Craft, known as Ivory, will now debut in February. Originally being called Gray Mist, the official colorway is Ivory, Gray Mist, and Cream. So there's a little bit more going on with this Air Jordan 3 compared to past releases. As you can see where the elephant print is, there's another layer. Just above it, it's in gray. I can't confirm this, but it almost looks like it's 3M. Also on the tongue, we have a layered Jumpman. So there's two, one in a cream hue, the other in gray. And then on the heels, we have a transparent Jumpman, and underneath it is Nike Air. So with this shoe, it's overall like a double layer theme, something Sacai has done. Not as extravagant as Sacai. Also, where the eyelets are, it appears that there's a little bit more 3M. Again, it looks like it. I'm not 100% sure. I don't think anyone has taken a picture of it with the flash. But overall, I like what they did here. It's super clean. The layered look, it looks good. And then finishing the look is a translucent milky outsole. This pair is scheduled to release on February 3rd, and the retail price is $210. Also, they are only releasing in men's sizing. The second Air Jordan 2 Python to release will actually be in low top form and take place in February. Now, the official colorway for this pair is white, cement gray, sandrift, neutral gray, and cell. So the shoes feature the same Python pattern on the panels. It also looks like there's metallic silver or 3M throughout. And then we have a bit of light gray on the heel, a darker shade of gray on the Wings logo on the tongue liner inside of the tongue. Other details include cell accents as well as covering the midsole. And then we have a few shades of gray and cell on the rubber outsole. This pair is dropping in men's sizing on February 7th, and the retail price will be $155. This pair is unofficially tied to the Yellow Ochre pack, and that's just due to the color blocking. This is the Air Jordan 13 Blue Gray. Now, in the color description, they actually do feature Yellow Ochre, and a lot of people believe that this shoe would feature more yellow than it actually does. But the official colorway is white, yellow ochre, blue gray, and black. Now, to me, this kind of reminds me of the UNC Air Jordan 13 PE. Obviously, the shade of blue isn't as bright. It doesn't pop as much. Matter of fact, from these photos, I don't see... Wait, I do see it. Just a little bit on the tongue is where the yellow ochre is. But other than that, we have white leather on the panels, along with the signature dimples. And then we have the blue-gray suede on the lower part of the shoes and the heel. We also have the traditional hologram, which is on the ankle, black pods and white outlining the rubber outsole. I like these. These are nice, and they are scheduled to debut on February 10th. They will be available in full family sizing, so we have men's at 200, grade school at 160, preschool at 100, and toddler sizes will cost you $85. I know the hype for the Air Jordan 1 has died down, and the first part of the year, there's going to be a good amount of ones dropping. However, as we get closer towards the end of the year, they're going to scale back a little bit and actually push out more pairs of the Air Jordan 4, which I think that's a good thing. A lot of people like 4s, so it is what it is. But what we have dropping in February, actually on Valentine's Day, is the Air Jordan 1 High OG Metallic Gold. Now, this is a women's exclusive release, and the official colorway is white, metallic gold, and gum light brown. So we have white leather throughout, and then we have metallic gold with like a patent leather finish on the swoosh, ankle, and the same shade on the wings, and Nike Air on the tongue. Other than that, we have a white midsole and a gum light brown rubber outsole. It's pretty much a clean, straightforward look. This pair drops on February 14th. Again, they will be available in women's sizing, which will retail at $180, and then preschool will cost $85, and toddler sizes will cost you $70. We recently received a first look at the Trophy Room Air Jordan 1 Low OG Home and Away. So this is going to be a pack, and recently Marcus Jordan, owner of Trophy Room, unveiled the inspiration for this pack. So if you look closely, for me, there's only a little bit of a difference. We have the home pair, which features a white swoosh, and then the away pair features a black swoosh. That's pretty much it. But the inspiration behind the two is Michael Jordan's 1986 Fleer rookie card, which I think is dope. Since I collect cards, I'm big on basketball as well as Pokemon cards. I think that's really cool. And also a 1984 Sports Illustrated photo of MJ wearing a Chicago Bulls warm-up and the black toe Air Jordan 1. For his shoes, they feature a reverse black toe color blocking. So instead, we have red around the toe and black around the heels. Now, the two are constructed with polyester fabric on the toe to mimic vintage jersey materials. Both pairs will feature mismatched insoles, and that consists of blue and yellow for the trimming on Michael Jordan's rookie card. And then we have Michael Jordan's signature and Trophy Room's logo on the lateral side and a gold wings on the heels. So the home pair is going to be an exclusive to Trophy Room. They're not going to release anywhere else. And the away pair will also be available at Trophy Room as well as select retailers. Both pairs are scheduled to release on February 15th, and the retail price is said to be $140, although that could be bumped up. I wouldn't be surprised if they're $150 or even $160. Now, in my opinion, I love the concept behind this, but I wish that they used more inspiration, or at least you can see it on the outside of the shoe, not on the insoles, from the 1986 Fleer rookie card. For people who collect cards, that card is definitely a grail, but that's my only issue with the shoes. Let me know your thoughts on the two down in the comment section below. Returning for the first time is the Air Jordan 1 High 85 Metallic Burgundy. Now, the official colorway for the shoe is white and team red. As you can see, we have the metallic finish on the burgundy, which hits the swoosh, ankle, Nike Air on the tongue, liner, the outsole, and the wings. Other than that, we have white throughout, as well on the midsole. So a pretty straightforward look. I know a lot of people are happy about this shoe returning. They originally released between 1985 and 1986. The Air Jordan 1 originally dropped in 85, but there was multiple colorways that also dropped in 86. And with a few friends and doing some research, we couldn't really pinpoint if it was 85 or 86 for this pair, but they are a classic, and they're going to release on February 16th. They'll be available in men's sizing for $200 and toddler sizing for $85. This might be my favorite release for February, and it's the Air Jordan 4 Bread Reimagined. Now, I've heard a lot of mixed opinions. People are not fans of the leather. They'd rather have nubuck. I totally hear you. I love the OG as well. But in my opinion, I think the addition of leather is a nice change. And I would rather get a leather version than nothing, because they're not going to just re-release the nubuck. Not since they dropped in 2019. That would only be 5 years. I mean, they could have. Jordan Brand has dropped shoes a lot closer in time in the past. But it seems like a lot of people have mixed opinions. Some people love it. Some people hate it. Some people are just fine with it in the middle. But when these do drop, they're going to be a big release. A lot of pairs will be available, but as you guys know, the 4s, they're hyped. This is an OG colorway, although it's not the OG materials. It's part of Jordan Brand's Reimagined series, which takes original colorways and pairs and puts a twist on them. Either they make them vintage or aged, new materials. But with this pair, I don't think it's going to wind up like the Air Jordan 1 High OG Royal Reimagined, where they're sitting and they're already going on sale. But I've seen weirder things. Anyways, this pair is going to drop on February 17th. They will be available in full family sizing. So we have men's at $215, grade school at $160, preschool at $100, and toddler sizes will cost you $85. Back in June, we saw a first look at the Awake NY Jordan Airship. They're a mismatched pair, super clean in my opinion. They have age detailing. You see the image right now. And at that time, the details were slim. They were expected to release, but not confirmed. The availability is unknown, all that stuff. However, I do have some additional details. Now, the official colorway is Cell Black, University Red, Metallic Platinum, and Muslin. There is a possibility that the pair shown is a friends and family, and the retail release is different. I hope that's not the case. One thing I noticed in the colorway is that there was no mention of blue, and obviously on this pair we do have blue. So what releases could be different than this, but I'm hoping not. And as for a release date, February 21st, it's when they're expected to drop, and the retail price will be $150. We have another Air Jordan 1 High OG in black and white dropping in 2024. The color blocking, of course, is different from the past releases. Going over the pair, they feature leather throughout. We also have black on the base, tongue, laces, liner, and then the wings logo. And then following, we have white on the overlays, swoosh logos, toe box, and Nike Air on the tongues. Completing the look is a white midsole and a black rubber outsole. Don't get me wrong, this is a clean and simple pair to wear. Eventually could become a beater. Something I probably would buy if I saw them on sale, which there is a strong possibility I will, and many of you. But for those that want to buy them on the release date, they drop on February 24th. They'll also be available in full family sizing, so the retail price for men is $180, $140 for grade school, $85 for preschool, and $70 for toddler sizes. You guys already know I love me some Air Jordan 14s, and thanks to the Sneakers live stream, we have a first look at 2 colorways dropping in 2024. But the first one I'm going to talk about is a women's exclusive, and it's the Air Jordan 14 Low Love Letter. Now that's what Jordan Brand's calling them. And the official colorway is Mineral Teal, Metallic Silver, and Black. Now, these definitely aren't for everybody. However, I like them a lot. They remind me of the Air Jordan 1 High OG Chameleon, kind of that iridescent upper. And the Chameleon pair, there was an Air Jordan 1 and an Air Jordan 6, and I believe they were for All-Star Weekend. Yeah, they were for All-Star Weekend. So we have shades of like teal and purple throughout. The colors will shift with the light. You can tell by the different angles. And then we have a little bit of metallic silver on the Ferrari emblem and, of course, in the midfoot area. And then we have black on the midsole, tongue, liner, and heel. It's hard to tell, but it looks like they're going to have an all-black rubber outsole. As you can tell, the 14 really can't do any wrong by me. I'm super biased, but if you want to grab these, they are scheduled to release on February 24th, dropping exclusively in women's sizing, and the retail price will be $180. I can't even lie to you guys, I'm a little bit jealous because this Air Jordan 5 is a women's exclusive. A pair I believe that should release for both men and women, but it's the Air Jordan 5 Lucky Green. Basically, we have the Fire Red 5 color blocking with the black tongue, but instead of red, we have green. So the official colorway is white, lucky green, black, and ice blue. As you can see, we have white leather throughout. White hits the mesh netting on the panels and the lower part of the tongue. Up top on the tongue, we have black and then a green Jumpman. The 2-3 on the lateral side is also green, and we have more green on the midsole and the liner. Black hits the flames, top eyelet, a section of the midsole that wraps the heel, and the Jumpman on the heel. Lastly, we have a translucent rubber outsole. It kind of has a blue tint to it. Then we have green in the midfoot and at the toe cap. Overall, this is a very nice, clean pair. I do hope that they're available in extended women's sizing. I haven't heard anything as of yet, but they're going to drop on February 28th, and the retail price is $200. Now, I have some additional information on the Air Jordan 1 Low 85, not just in metallic blue, but neutral gray. So you guys might remember that I said a while ago that the neutral gray Air Jordan 1 Low 85 is going to drop in spring 2024. It turns out that a small amount of pairs, and not every retailer got them, dropped them in 2023. I want to say it was in September or October. No, October 25th, I believe. Now, I somewhat did get that wrong. However, something I recently learned thanks to Mr. Unloved Ones and, of course, Brandon One An. I'm not sure how to say his name. I'm going to hit him up to ask him how to pronounce it because I mentioned his name a few times. Cool guy, and I want to make sure I say it right. But they both confirmed that the 85 lows in these two colorways, the neutral gray and metallic blue, are going to be restocking quarterly. So I do know that we're expected to get the metallic blue sometime in February, and we don't have a specific release date. And there's another time in July we're supposed to get them. And I believe the neutral gray pair will be around February, maybe March. So if you're a fan of the neutral gray and you missed out, there's going to be more chances. And if you miss out on the metallic navy pair or metallic blue, when they do drop, just be patient. You don't have to buy it resale. Although the neutral gray, I looked them up. They're not that high. A lot lower than I expected. I believe they're not much over retail. Either way, both clean pairs. But for the metallic blue pair, like I mentioned, they're going to first drop sometime in February 2024. Unfortunately, I don't have the specific release date, and the retail price is $160. Jordan Brand is bringing back a lot of shoes from 2005 and 2006. We have another Air Jordan 5 returning, and that is the Air Jordan 5 Olive. You guys might remember a couple months back, we saw the Air Jordan 5 Burgundy return. A lot of people were upset with the retail price, which was $225. But this shoe is part of Jordan Brand's lifestyle series back in 05-06. Basically, they were shoes that were on the limited side. They weren't available just anywhere, and they also dropped a lot of matching apparel. Also, what a lot of people don't know, this pair was actually originally nicknamed Undefeated because around the time that photos came out, maybe a year before that, we saw a limited run of the Undefeated Air Jordan 4 drop, and then images of this shoe started to pop up, and it resembled the Undefeated collab. So some people called them Undefeated back then. Just a little piece of, I guess, sneaker internet history for you. But this pair is scheduled to release on March 2nd. They will be available in full family sizing. So we have the men's priced at $210, grade school will cost $160, preschool will cost $90, and toddler sizes will cost you $70. So the photo that you're looking at for the Air Jordan 1 High OG Dusted Clay is a mock-up. We don't know how it's actually going to look. Matter of fact, this shoe is labeled an SP, also a women's exclusive, and from my sources, this is actually going to be a collaboration. Now, I don't know with who. Those details should be coming maybe within the next month or two, but the official colorway is Dusted Clay, Cacao Wow, and Burnt Sunrise. Now, the release date is March 6th, and the retail price will be $180. Another pair dropping in women's sizing, this is the Air Jordan 4 Cell. So they feature a clean colorway consisting of Cell, metallic gold, and black. Cell runs across most of the shoes. Now, one of the details I do like is on the tongue. We have the Jumpman and it's debossed. And then we have metallic gold on the wing eyelets and the Jumpman on the insoles. Other than that, we have a white midsole, Cell rubber outsole with another gold Jumpman. This is a nice pair. It's clean, and they're currently scheduled to release on March 9th. They will be available in women's sizing, and the retail price is $200. Some of you guys might remember back in 2013, Jordan Brand released the Air Jordan 4 Green Glow. Well, they're bringing the Green Glow shade back for 2024. One of the pairs that will feature the shade is the Air Jordan 3, pictured here. The official colorway is black, green glow, wolf gray, and white. I'll be honest with you guys, I'm not really a fan of the shape here. Even the leather used, I'm just not feeling it. But we got black leather up top, elephant print around the toe and heel. It also hits that little section where the eyelets are. And then we have green glow on the Jumpman on the tongue, insoles, eyelets, Jumpman on the heel, and the Jordan branding on the outsole. Other than that, we got gray on most of the tongue, liner, and the outsole along with some black hits. Again, another shoe that kind of reminds me of the Air Jordan 3 Black Cement, but with some vibrant details. I know this Jordan brand has been teasing us with that shoe. Hopefully we see a return within the next couple years. They could also do a reimagined version of that. I wouldn't mind it, but scheduled to release on March 16th. And they will be available in full family sizing. We have men's at 200, grade school at 150, preschool at 100, and toddler sizes will cost you $85. Another shoe we received a first look of thanks to the Sneakers Live is the Air Jordan 14 Flint Gray. Now, the official colorway is Flint Gray, Stealth, and White, and they are different than I imagined just because of the materials. So before I get into that though, it looks like in 2024, Jordan Brand will be celebrating the 25th anniversary of the Air Jordan 14. Hopefully they have more releases because to my recollection, I believe there's only 2 so far. We have the Love Letter pair, which I previously talked about, and then the Flint Gray. But the inspiration from this shoe is from the Air Jordan 8 Cool Gray from 2017, which that shoe is actually inspired by the Air Jordan 11 Cool Gray. So I was expecting leather, but that is not the case. It looks like they are constructed with a few grades of suede. We have more of a rougher suede on the toe and on the sides. And then even what could be nubuck, I can't really tell from these photos, on the panels. The entire upper is done in gray. We have a little bit of gray that outlines the Ferrari emblem. Stealth is placed on the tongue branding and on the top of the heel. And it looks like the backdrop for the Ferrari emblem. Other than that, we have white on the midsole mixed in with Flint Gray, metallic silver in the midfoot, and a gray rubber outsole. So at the time of recording, this pair is scheduled to release on March 20th. The retail price will be $210. Also, it looks like this pair will be a men's exclusive. There was only 3 original Air Jordan 9 colorways that dropped back in '94. We have the olive pear, the white, black, and red. Some people call it the OG. And then we have the powder blue. So for those that don't know, the powder blue is going to return in 2024, true to OG form. Now, they did retro back in 2010. However, that pair was different than the original release. The 2010 pair had the number 23 embroidered on the heels. The OG doesn't have that, and the 2024 won't have that. But the pair features a summit white, black, and dark powder blue color combination. Now, the photos you're looking at is the 2024 pair. This is not a mock-up or anything like that. And they are currently scheduled to release on March 23rd. They will be available in full family sizing. We have men's priced at $210, grade school at $160, preschool at $100, and toddler sizes will cost you $85. Throughout 2024, there's going to be a handful of Air Jordan 2 lows scattered throughout, and another pair we're going to talk about is a women's exclusive. Now, they're being called black and varsity red. However, I don't really see it. I mean, yes, there is varsity red, but I'd rather call them black and white or even black and gold. But the shoes feature a black, varsity red, metallic gold, and off-white color combination. Constructed with leather across the base, we have suede on the quarter panel, and then white on the piping, tongue trimming, and the midsole. We have a little bit of varsity red, which hits the Wings logo on the tongue, more so outlines it, and then metallic gold is placed on the heel. Finishing the look is a mostly black rubber outsole. Looks like there's a little bit of white hits. We only have the 2 photos for now. This was just unveiled by the Sneakers Live show. And at the time of recording, the release date is scheduled for March 27th. And the retail price is $150, also dropping exclusively in women's sizing. Launching exclusively for kids is the Air Jordan 12 Vapor Green. Now, I'm not sure if I'm going to do a mock-up for this one just yet, just because there's a lot of mock-ups I need to do and I need to get done. I have no idea what this pair is going to look like. I just have the information. But they will feature a white, vapor green, photon dust, barely grape, new emerald, and infrared color combination. So we got a lot going on with this shoe. A lot of different shades. I'm sure it's going to be pretty crazy. And they are scheduled to release on March 28th. The retail price will be $160. Originally, we were calling this Air Jordan 1 High OG Craft Sea Glass. However, that was before images popped up. Some of you may know Nike Sneakers unveiled a bunch of shoes for spring 2024. Most of them we've seen, but there are a small handful we haven't. Now, since we saw the first look, it's more fitting for the nickname to be Ivory, and the official colorway is still the same, and the shoes feature a sea glass, pale ivory, and coconut milk color combination. So this pair is quite different from the mock-up. The sea glass shade, which is like a shade of green, I don't even see it present here. It might be on the ankle. The Sneakers app is notorious for taking bad pictures and stuff like that, so some of the stuff might be flooded out with the lighting, but the shoes come constructed with gray suede throughout, and then what appears to be a textile material across the swoosh, ankle overlay around the heel. And what I do like about this shoe is the tongue, so it kind of has an aged look and comes with exposed foam. The Wings logo is layered, so in the backdrop we have coconut milk, and then on top of that is gray. Other details includes gray on the Nike Air branding on the tongue, and then coconut milk across the midsole and the rubber outsole. So the shoes are currently scheduled to release on March 30th, and the retail price will be $180, and it appears that they're only going to drop in men's sizing. For spring 2024, I have a couple models I need to go over, and each shoe will have several colorways. Now, these shoes don't have specific release dates, but since they're dropping in spring, they could release anywhere between January and March. And the first model I'm going to talk about is the Travis Scott Jordan Jumpman Jack Trainer. Now, originally they were being called Cut the Check, however, Jordan Brand changed the name. And there's going to be several different variations of the shoe, but the one we have the most information on is the trainer version, which has a midfoot strap. So far, we have 4 upcoming colorways. One was expected to release in the holiday season of 2023. However, that isn't looking like it's going to happen, so that has probably been moved to spring 2024, and that pair will feature a black, multicolor, and multicolor color combination. Images of that pair has yet to leak at the time of recording this, but the first pair to drop in spring is dubbed Mocha, and that shoe comes dressed in a dark mocha, black, fossil, and barely green color combination. The second pair is being called Cell, and that shoe features a cell and multicolor color combination, although we do have a few more colors going on, nothing multicolor, at least in my opinion, about the shoe. And then the last pair I'm going to talk about is actually for fall 2024. This is strictly a mock-up. I'm not sure how they're going to look. I was given the information about them, but they'll feature a topaz, cell, thunder blue, and gum light brown color combination. So instead of putting this shoe in the fall section, I wanted just to keep it here since we're talking about the same shoes. Anyways, we should have more details soon. Some of these will be available in full family sizing, some of them won't. I do know that the topaz pair will be available in adult, grade school, preschool, and toddler sizes. I'm not sure about the other ones, but let me know down below your thoughts on Travis Scott's first signature shoe. Earlier in the video, I talked about the Jordan Spizike Low, specifically the Year of the Dragon pair. However, we have at least 4 more colorways expected to drop in spring. Now, there could be more. These are the ones that are confirmed. The first one is being called Houston Oilers, and that is due to the colorway of football blue, fountain blue, and university red. The second one is dubbed Obsidian, and that pair features a white, obsidian, and pure platinum color combination. The third is known as Coconut Milk, and it comes dressed in a cell, university red, coconut milk, sandstone, and smoke gray color combination. Last but not least, we have Team Red, and that pair features a white, Team Red, wolf gray, and anthracite color theme. No specific release date for the 4. They are expected to debut in spring. The retail price is $160 each. And for the Team Red, Obsidian, and Coconut Milk pairs, those have been confirmed to drop in full family sizing. We have adult sizes at $160, grade school at $125, preschool at $80, and toddler sizes will cost you $60. Currently, April is somewhat of a short month when it comes to releases. However, as we get closer to April, things will start to ramp up. But the first pair to talk about for this video is the Air Jordan 4 Vivid Sulfur. Now, this is a women's exclusive release, and they'll feature a white, coconut milk, vivid sulfur, and anthracite color combination. Currently, images have yet to leak. However, what you're looking at is just a mock-up. What releases may look different. Now, as for the release details, they'll drop on April 6th, and the retail price will be $200. Again, this is dropping exclusively in women's sizing. About halfway into April, we have the Air Jordan 5 SE Cell dropping, and again, this is just a mock-up. We don't know how it's actually going to look. However, the color blocking is Cell, Black, Light Orwood Brown, and Coconut Milk. Scheduled to release on April 13th, they will drop in men's and grade school sizes, so we have men's priced at $210 and grade school will cost you $160. When people heard about the Air Jordan 1 High OG Team Red releasing in 2024, they were a little bit confused since we're getting the Air Jordan 1 High 85 Metallic Burgundy. Now, the Metallic Burgundy pair actually uses Team Red, which is Jordan Brand's burgundy shade. However, not only is the model different, but the color blocking will actually be different as well. So what you're looking at is from my sources that said this is accurate, this is what's coming, but it is a mock-up, so things could change. And the shoes feature a white and Team Red color combination. So constructed with leather throughout, we have white on the base, wings, collar, tongue, toe box, and the midsole. Now pretty much everywhere else on the shoe features Team Red. Clean color blocking, simple. And at the time of recording, they are scheduled to release on April 20th. They will also debut in full family sizing. So we have men's priced at $180, grade school will cost you $140, preschool retails at $85, and toddler sizes will cost you $70. Not only is this my favorite release of April, this might be my favorite release of 2024. As most of you know, the Air Jordan 4 Military Blue is making a return. Now, originally they were scheduled to release on May 11th, but they've been pushed forward, so now they'll debut in April. And we have been getting a few first looks at the shoe. Some decent photos, nothing great, but it does show that the shoes feature an upgraded shape. It'll resemble the Nike SB Air Jordan 4. Also, of course, we have Nike Air. And it looks like they'll come with the orange hang tag, the Nike Air one. Overall, I'm super happy with these. I believe the last pair that I had and I wore them to the ground was the 2012. So I definitely need another pair. I do have a dead stock 2012 and a dead stock 2006, but I can't wear those. Those are going to crumble on me. And by far, this is my favorite Air Jordan 4. Number one is the Air Jordan 14. That's my favorite model. And right below the 14 is the Air Jordan 4. So yeah, so that's why I got to get them. But if you're like me and you want to grab them as well, they're going to drop on April 27th. And I'm sure you guys already knew this, but they will be available in full family sizing. So we have men's at $215, grade school at $160, preschool at $100, and toddler sizes will cost you $85. Dropping in May, we have the Air Jordan 1 High OG Green Glow. Now in 2024, we have a couple pairs that will feature green glow, one being the Air Jordan 3, which I previously talked about. Now we're going to talk about the Air Jordan 1. So it features a white, black, and green glow color combination. And to me, these somewhat remind me of the Art Basel Air Jordan 1. Not quite the right shade, but substantially cheaper because the Art Basel ones cost a lot of money. These are only going to cost you $180, and more than likely, they're going to sit and go on sale. But for those that want to grab them, they're going to drop on May 4th. They will be available in men's sizing for $180 and grade school sizes for $140. Dropping on the same day, we have the Air Jordan 3 Georgia Peach. Now, this is a women's exclusive release, and the image you're looking at is a mock-up. We don't know how it's actually going to look, but they will feature a white cosmic clay, cell, cement gray, and anthracite color combination. Dropping on May 4th, the retail price for women's sizing is $200. For preschool sizes, it's $100, and for toddler sizes, it'll cost you $85. The Air Jordan 1 Shadow is an OG colorway. However, when it comes to the Air Jordan 1 Low, it's not. The first time that the Air Jordan 1 Low Shadow was released was in 2015. That shoe shot up in resale price pretty crazy. They were actually on sale at one point, and pretty much all the Air Jordan 1 lows from that period of time, the resale price went up like crazy. But for those that don't want to spend the high price, they are going to release again. Images just leaked, so this is the 2024 pair you're looking at, and they'll feature a black, medium gray, and white colorway. Now, basically, we have the Air Jordan 1 High OG Shadow, but in low top form. The images are not the best, actually it's just the one photo. Maybe by the time this video goes into production, there will be some more images. If so, I'll make sure to include that in the video, but they drop on May 10th, and the retail price will be $140, only dropping in men's sizing. When it comes to the Air Jordan 11, my favorite colorway is the Space Jam, and Jordan Brand is going to release that shoe in low top form. The good news is we recently received a first look. Although not the best, and it's just the one photo, it gives us an idea of what's coming. So originally they were scheduled to release in April, but they've been delayed. But before I get onto the release details, this pair features a black Varsity Royal and white color combination. So as you can see, we got black throughout, mesh up top, patent leather on the mudguard, white on the midsole, and a translucent outsole. I'm sure some of the branding will have Varsity Royal, we just can't see from this photo. But the new release date is May 11th, originally scheduled to release on April 13th. And they will be available in full family sizing. So we have men's priced at $190, grade school at $150, preschool at $80, and toddler sizes at $60. Jordan Brand loves putting twist on their OG shoes. And here we have a first look at the Air Jordan 12 Red Taxi. Spot on to the mock-up that Z and I put out months and months back. And the shoes feature a white, gym red, and black color combination. So this pair features white leather up top. We have black across the mudguard, most of the midsole and heel. We also have red on the Jumpman plate on the lateral side. I'm also going to guess we have it on the medial side as well, the smaller plate, but we can't see that with this first look. Also possibly the Jumpman on the tongue. I think this pair is alright, it's decent. And if you want to grab them, they drop on May 18th. This pair will also be available in full family sizing, so we have men's priced at $200, grade school at $160, preschool at $100, and toddler sizes will cost you $85. As most of you know, the Air Jordan 4 is celebrating its 35th anniversary in 2024, which means we're going to get a lot more colorways. We've gone over a handful already, but one that recently popped up is the Air Jordan 4 Oxidized Green. Now, the image you're looking at is a mock-up, so what releases more than likely will look different, but it features a white, oxidized green, white, and neutral gray color combination. I think this pair has a lot of potential, and the way things are going, more than likely we're going to get a first look within a month or two, but for the release details, they're going to drop on May 25th. They're going to be available in full family sizing. We have men's at $210, grade school at $150, preschool at $100, and toddler sizes will cost you $85. Over the last several years, we've had a few shoes inspired by coffee or different kinds of coffee, like the mochas. Then we have different variations of the mocha. But now we have a pair that's being called Latte. This is the Air Jordan 1 High OG Latte, also known as Legend Medium Brown. Now, from what I was told, this is an accurate mock-up of what's releasing. And the shoes feature a black Legend Medium Brown, white, and cell color combination. Also, this is a women's exclusive release. I'm not gonna lie, I do like this color blocking. It's simple. I like the placement. We got brown around the heel, as well as the ankle overlay. Then we have white leather on the base, black on the swoosh, eye stays, and around the toe. Other than that, we have a cell midsole and a brown rubber outsole. At the time of recording, I'm not sure if these are going to release in extended women's sizing. But as for the release details, they will drop on May 29th, and the retail price for women's sizing is $180, preschool will cost you $85, and toddler sizes will cost you $70. You may have seen the news that Z and I recently put out about the Air Jordan 17 Low, the Lightning pair, as well as the University Blue pair, but since we're talking about the Lightning pair first, I'll include it here. But we've all been talking about the high retail price of $300, and it didn't make sense. I try to make sense of it with the production run. Maybe they're producing less pairs. Well, for a fact, they're producing less pairs, but maybe that's why. However, I was told from my sources that they are going to come with a briefcase. Now, the original Air Jordan 17 Low did not come with a briefcase. They came with the Jordan face box with the lines through it. I believe they also came with a towel. And it was the Air Jordan mid, high, whatever you want to call it, that came with a briefcase. Now we have 2 pairs of the Air Jordan 17 Low dropping this year. Both will come with a briefcase. So that's why the retail price is at $300. Now I've seen a lot of mixed opinions on this. A lot of the OG heads, they're okay with the $300 price tag, especially if it comes with a briefcase. They seem to be happy about it. Some people want to buy the shoes, they just don't want to spend that $300, which I totally get. That's a lot of money. But my question is to you, do you think that $300 price tag with the briefcase, you get the shoes, the briefcase, I'm not sure if they're going to come with towels or not, or any other stuff, but is that okay to spend $300? Or I should say, would you spend $300 on that? For me, the Lightning pair, I definitely would have spent $300 without the briefcase, just because I really like that shoe. Now that it has a briefcase, yeah, I'm definitely going to pick it up. Now, I know a lot of people are talking about getting them on sale, but there's a possibility they won't go on sale just because the production run is small. Even though we've had a couple release date changes, I'm pretty sure that has to do with manufacturing with the briefcase and whatnot, but they are coming. They're only going to drop in men's sizing, and the release date is May 30th. And like I mentioned, the retail price is $300. Each year, Jordan Brand releases the Air Jordan 11 Low in men's and women's specific colorways. So we actually have 2 pairs for men dropping in 2024, but the pair dropping for women is known as Legend Pink. Now, the official colorway is white and Legend Pink, and the image you're looking at is a mock-up. However, from my sources, I was told that you can expect something very similar to this to release. So what we have is Legend Pink patent leather on the mudguard. The same shade also hits the liner, some of the branding. We have white mesh up top, on the tongue, and midsole. Finishing the look is a translucent outsole. Dropping on June 1st, the retail price for women is $190, preschool will cost you $80, and toddler sizes will cost you $60. Dropping on the same day, we have a new Air Jordan 1 Low OG known as Neutral Gray. So it's not like the OG pair, it's something new. However, it's not too new, if that makes sense. But according to my sources, this pair is supposed to resemble the Air Jordan 1 High OG Co.JP in Neutral Gray, but they're going to be in low top form. So you can expect something similar to this to release. The shoes feature a neutral gray, metallic silver, and white color combination. We have a flat shade of gray across the base with metallic silver around the heel, swoosh, and toe box. Finishing the look is a white midsole and a gray rubber outsole. This pair is scheduled to release on June 1st, and they will be available in full family sizing. So we have men's priced at $140, grade school at $120, preschool at $75, and toddler sizes will cost you $65. The Oreo theme from Jordan Brand continues in June 2024 with the release of the Air Jordan 6 Reverse Oreo. You guys might remember back in 2010, Jordan Brand launched the Oreo Air Jordan 6, and then in 2022, they dropped what was called the Red Oreo. This pair features a white and black color combination. Now, the image you're looking at is not a good one at all. It's not even put together, the shoes that is. Hopefully some new images pop up by the time I'm editing this video so I can actually add some good photos. But as you can see, they feature white leather up top. We have your signature perforations. And then we have black with white speckled detailing on the midsole and the spoiler. Other than that, the smaller details consist of white and black. And then we have a translucent outsole. Currently scheduled to release on June 8th. They will be available in full family sizing. So we have men's priced at $200, grade school will cost you $160, preschool will cost you $100, and toddler sizes retail at $85. In 2023, Jordan Brand released the first women's exclusive Air Jordan 1 Low OG, and that was the UNC 2 Chicago pair. In 2024, we have 2 women's exclusive Air Jordan 1 Low OGs set to release so far. And the first one I'm going to talk about is the Gorge Green pair. So what you're looking at is a mock-up. However, you can expect something somewhat similar to this to release. And the official colorway is black, Gorge Green, Varsity Red, and Cell. So they kind of have like a Gucci vibe to them. even a Christmas-like vibe, but this isn't a collaboration, and they're releasing right at the start of summer, so not connected to Christmas. But as you can see, they feature leather throughout as well as some nubuck. We have black on the base, green on the swoosh, around the heel, and the toe box. Other than that, we have some red detailing, which hits the laces, Nike Air branding, wings on the heel, liner, and the rubber outsole. Finishing the look is a Cell midsole. Dropping exclusively in women's sizing on June 12th, the retail price will be $140. It seems that the Air Jordan 13 is a hit or miss, and that all depends on the colorway. OG colorways are always a go-to, and then you have some newer colorways that are really nice as well. One of those that are really nice, at least in my opinion, is the Air Jordan 13 Dune Red. Now, the photo you're looking at is a mock-up. However, I was told from my sources they'll resemble something like this. Basically, the blocking and the shades will resemble that of the Ben 23 Air Jordan 13. Of course, they'll feature different shades, but they'll be somewhat similar. And the official colorway is Dune Red, Terra Blush, and White. So this is the end result, and for me, I do like the Ben 23s a lot. It's not my favorite Ben. My favorite would be a toss-up between the 2, the 5, and the 9. Those are my favorites. But I would love to have that shoe in my collection. I'm just not trying to spend over $1,000 on them. So for me, this will definitely do. And for those that are interested in buying, they'll drop on June 29th, and the retail price will be $210. For now, it looks like these are only dropping in men's sizing. However, that could change. We have a small handful of releases for summer 2024. We don't have specific release dates, but since it's part of Jordan Brand's summer 2024 collection, you can expect these pairs to either drop in April, May, or June. The first pair is the Air Jordan 1 High OG Denim. Now, the image you're looking at is a mock-up. However, something similar to this could release. And originally, I was calling these the Obsidian Gum. I wasn't aware at the time that they would feature denim. All I knew is the colorway, the release time frame, the style code, and the price. But yeah, the official colorway of this shoe is the same as the Obsidian Gum, and that is Summit White, Obsidian, Summit White, and Gum Medium Brown. This pair will actually be a men's release, and the retail price is $180. As most of you know, J Balvin will be releasing another Air Jordan 3. This pair is dubbed Rio. It's inspired by his son. We did receive a first look several months back. He was wearing the shoes during, I think it was a photo shoot of some sort. But this pair will feature a black solar flare, total crimson, and abyss color combination. Now, in my opinion, I like the black pair a lot more than the white pair. I think it just looks a lot better. But of course, that's just my opinion. Yours might be different. And just like the Air Jordan 1 High OG Denim, we don't have a specific release date, part of Jordan Brand's Summer 2024 collection, which of course means that a release could take place in either April, May, or June. I'm not sure if these are going to drop in kid sizes just yet. I would assume that they would, since they are inspired by his son. And the retail price will be $250, and that is for adult sizes. Here's another pair of shoes. When I was editing this video, they leaked, and that is the information because the photo you're looking at is only a mock-up. What releases may look different, but I talked about there potentially being a second colorway of the Travis Scott Air Jordan 1 Low OG, possibly a high. I was unsure, but it looks like we have confirmation on that second shoe, which will be a low top and known as Canary. So the canary yellow theme is already tied to Off-White. You guys might remember the Off-White Air Jordan 1. The sample is the canary yellow. A lot of people were saying those were going to release. They never did. But it looks like Travis Scott is going to borrow the shade on the Air Jordan 1 Low OG. So like I mentioned, this is a mock-up. So what releases will look different? Well, more than likely. But the official colorway is Canary, Racer Blue, Light Silver, and Gum Medium Brown. Some of the things we can expect is the backward swoosh and the specific branding to Cactus Jack and, of course, Nike. Now, this shoe is expected to release before the Black Olive pair, and this is part of Jordan Brand's Summer 2024 collection, which means that this pair could release between April and June 2024. Also, this is a women's exclusive release. At the time of recording, I'm not sure if they're going to be available in extended women's sizing. More than likely, they will be available in preschool and toddler sizes, but I don't have confirmation on that. And the retail price will be $150. Now, later on in the video, when you hear me talking about the Travis Scott Air Jordan 1 Low OG in black and olive, I'm going to talk basically about there possibly being another Travis Scott releasing. That was the rumor. But just know I recorded that first, and then coming in again and editing. I'm just making 100% sure I cover every single pair of shoes that's dropping in 2024 so far before I officially drop this video. The last shoe I'm going to talk about for summer 2024 is the Air Jordan 2/3. Now, there's two colorways, and I do have some potential bad news for you if you are a fan of them. I'll get to that in a second, but the first pair comes dressed in white, black, cell, and cement gray. The second, which we saw images way back, features white, varsity red, cell, and cement gray. So similar color blocking. One pair comes with black accents, the other in red. And the two images you're looking at are accurate. These are actually from Nike, their catalog. And what's crazy is the white and varsity red pair was actually supposed to release this holiday season. I even think before that, I think it was the summer of 2023. It got delayed to holiday. Then it got pushed to spring. And currently they are supposed to release in summer 2024. However, from my sources, I was told that possibly they're getting pushed again to fall 2024. So instead of potentially releasing in the months of either April, May, or June, they're now possibly going to release in either July, August, or September. I'm not really sure what the deal is with this. I'm not sure if they're having issues with production. There has to be something going on. But for those that don't know, this is another hybrid shoe. In my opinion, one of the best, if not the best hybrid from Jordan Brand. And it features the upper from the Air Jordan 2 and the midsole from the Air Jordan 3. So I'm going to leave this in the summer 2024 section just because I haven't received 100% confirmation if they're going to be pushed to fall. But both colorways will drop in men's sizing for $160 and grade school sizes for $120. I briefly talked about this pair returning throughout the video, actually a couple times. It's the Air Jordan 6 Olympic. As you guys know, Jordan Brand's also releasing the Air Jordan 6 Paris and the Air Jordan 4 Paris for the Olympic Games in Paris in 2024. So the Olympic Air Jordan 6 was first released in the year 2000. That was for the Sydney Olympics, and the shoes were worn by Ray Allen. In 2012, the shoes returned once again, this time to celebrate the Olympic Games in London. So keeping true to the theme, we have the pair returning in fall 2024. Now, this is a dope shoe. I had the 2012 pair. Personally, I would have liked to see the Olympic 7s come back. I definitely think those need to return, but unless it's a quick strike or something very limited, those are not scheduled to return. Of course, things could change, but from what I've heard and seen from what retailers are getting, that's not going to be one of them. So they're currently scheduled to release on July 20th. As well, they're dropping in full family sizing. We got men's at 200, grade school at 160, preschool at 100, and toddler sizes will cost you $85. For the 2024 Olympic Games that will be taking place in Paris, Jordan Brand will debut several models inspired by the Olympics. So as you know, we have the Air Jordan 6 Olympic returning. I'll talk about that later on. But they're also going to drop the Air Jordan 4 SE Paris. Now, in one of my previous news videos, I talked about this shoe, but I was calling them smoke gray because at that time I had the color description, but I didn't know that they were inspired by Paris. I've learned that later on from my sources, but this will be an SE special edition, which means that a little bit of a higher retail price. They'll probably have some different materials. Now, the image shown is a mock-up, and they're said to resemble something like this. However, I wouldn't be surprised if we receive something different. Now, the official colorway is smoke gray, iron gray, cement gray, and particle gray. So we got a lot of gray going on. And this pair is currently scheduled to debut on July 27th. And the retail price for men's sizing is $225, and they'll also be available in grade school sizes for $170. For July, we have a handful of releases. However, we don't have specific release dates. So these shoes are expected to release in July. However, there's a possibility they could get delayed, moved around, or even pushed forward. Now, the first pair we're going to talk about is the Air Jordan 1 Low OG Barons. Now, the official colorway is white, black, and wolf gray. Also, this shoe will celebrate the 30th anniversary of Michael Jordan playing for the Barons. You guys might remember back in 2014, they dropped the Air Jordan 1 High OG Barons. Basically, what we have is a low top version. However, I'm not sure if the liner will have like that pinstripe detailing. So this is a mock-up which is expected to resemble what releases, just without the pinstripes. I'm just not sure about that yet. But as you can see, they come constructed with leather. We have white on the base, toe box, and midsole. And then we have gray around the heel, Nike Air branding on the tongue, and the rubber outsole. Other than that, we have black on the eye stays, around the toe, on the tongue, swoosh, and wings on the heel. Like I mentioned, dropping sometime in July. The retail price will be $140, and they're only dropping in men's sizing. A Ma Maniére has a couple releases expected to release in July. The first one I'm going to talk about is their Air Jordan 4 collaboration known as Phantom. Now, the photo you're looking at is just a mock-up. I'm not sure how it's going to look. I was told by my sources they are coming. This will also be a women's exclusive, and they feature a Phantom metallic pewter, violet ore, light iron ore, muslin, and burgundy crush color combination. I'm not going to lie, if they drop like this, I think that's dope. I like the look of these, but we'll have to wait and see. Probably be a while until we get a first look. But expected to release in July. The retail price will be $250. And like I mentioned, they will drop in women's sizing, but they will be available in extended women's sizing. The second pair expected to release in July is the A Ma Maniére Air Jordan 3 Burgundy Crush. Again, this is just a mock-up. When I was told the information, unfortunately, I wasn't given the accurate color blocking, so we had to put something together based on the color description, which is Summit White, Burgundy Crush, Deep Pewter, and Muslin. Again, this is another women's exclusive release, but they are expected to release in extended women's sizing. And like I mentioned, July is when they're expected to drop, although they could get delayed. And the retail price will be $250. We have a couple more pairs dropping in July, and these two releases will be exclusively in women's sizing. The first one is the Air Jordan 3 Tex Dark Driftwood. Now, this is just a mock-up. We don't know how they're actually going to look. And the Tex stands for textiles. This pair is expected to feature different textile materials throughout, even designs, but just put something very simple together. And the official colorway is Dark Driftwood, Cell, Hemp, Velvet Brown, Brilliant Orange, and White. They have potential. I definitely am curious to see what they look like. Unfortunately, I gotta wait for a first look, but they will drop sometime in July, at least for now, and the retail price will be $200, also dropping exclusively in women's sizing. This Air Jordan 1 High OG is a women's exclusive, and to be honest, I'm unsure what to even call them. At one point, I thought about calling them the Laney to UNC, or maybe the women's university blue pair. I'm not sure. Nothing really sticks to me. Also, this image is just a mock-up. I don't know how they're going to look, but I do have the details. So the shoe is going to feature a university blue, university gold, cell, and midnight navy color combination. So based on that colorway, I had this mock-up done. Do I think they're going to look like this? No, not at all. But I'm not sure how they're going to look. And I haven't even wrote about them on Sneaker Files because I can't even think of a nickname for them. So if you want to think of a nickname, please let me know. Unfortunately, I don't know the exact color blocking, so I know that could come into play. But moving on to the release details, this pair is going to drop in July. Again, releasing in women's sizing for $180, also dropping in preschool sizes for $85, and toddler sizes will cost you $70. We have a handful of Jordans releasing with Midnight Navy. And the next pair that I'm going to talk about is the Air Jordan 13 Midnight Navy, also being called Navy and Gum. The specific colorway is white, midnight navy, and gum light brown. So what you're looking at is a mock-up. However, they are expected to look something similar to this. So they'll feature white leather up top, across the toe and tongue. And then we'll have midnight navy on the lower part of the shoe constructed with suede, which extends to the heel. The signature hologram will be on the ankle. We have white pods and then a gum rubber outsole. Releasing on August 10th, also dropping in full family sizing. So we have men's at 200, grade school at 150, preschool at 90, and toddler sizes will cost you $75. The Air Jordan 11 Low White Navy, aka Midnight Navy, was part of Jordan Brand's Summer 2024 collection. So in terms as a release, this pair originally could have released anytime between April and June. So in April, May, or June, these could have dropped. However, they've been delayed and now are part of Jordan Brand's Fall 2024 collection. Specifically, this pair is expected to debut in August. So the official colorway is white, midnight navy, diffused blue, and football gray. This is a mock-up, so what releases more than likely will look different. Due to the color description, they seem to have a Georgetown Hoyas vibe to them. Currently scheduled to release on August 11th, and they will drop in full family sizing. We have men's priced at 190, grade school at 150, preschool at 80, and taller sizes will cost you $60. Although we have a lot of releases coming in August, currently we only have a release date for 2 pairs, and that is the Air Jordan 1 Low OG Mocha, also known as Palomino. The official colorway is white, black, and Palomino. Now the image you're looking at is a mock-up. However, I was told from my sources this is how the pair is going to look. So it'll feature Palomino around the heel. We'll have black around the toe, down the eye stays, swoosh, liner, wings logo on the heel, and the rubber outsole. Other than that, we have white on the base, across the toe, tongue, and the midsole. There has been a lot of hype for the Air Jordan 1 Low OG. Well, I shouldn't say a lot, but the hype is growing. And in my opinion, it looks like people are shifting from the high to the low. Either way, if you want to grab them, they'll drop on August 21st. They'll also be available in full family sizing. So we have men's at 140, grade school at 120, preschool at 75, and taller sizes will cost you $65. Another nice pair that's dropping is the Air Jordan 3 Cement Gray. Now, a couple months back, I was told about this shoe, and it features a Summit White, Fire Red, Cement Gray, and Black color combination. Now, right off the bat, that color scheme reminds me of the White Cement Air Jordan 3. However, we've already received that shoe, at least in the reimagined form. So I didn't believe that we would get that pair. There was another thought that I was bouncing off with a few people that it could be the Katrina 3. That isn't going to be the case. What's expected to release is something similar to this. So they're just being called Cement Gray. Now there might be some changes that go on, but this is what is expected for now. They'll feature elephant print in the signature locations. We have white leather up top. Then we have Cement Gray on the upper part of the midsole, eyelets, and the liner. And of course, Fire Red on the swoosh, eyelets, and Jumpman on the heel. Last up, we have an aged midsole and a gray rubber outsole. Like I said, these are nice. Not bad at all. And currently, this pair is scheduled to release on August 31st. And they will drop in full family sizing. So we have men's at 200, grade school at 150, preschool at 90, and toddler sizes will cost you $75. The Thunder series from Jordan Brand was originally introduced in 2006. We saw that pair also retro in 2012, and then again in 2023. In 2022, Jordan Brand released the Red Thunder, which swapped out yellow for red. It looks like they're going to add another pair to the Thunder series. It's a little odd name, but it's the Air Jordan 4 White Thunder. So this time around, they're going to feature white instead of yellow or red. So shown as a mock-up, this isn't the actual release, but they are expected to feature black throughout. And then, of course, we'll have white detailing. Now, it's not a bad shoe. I kind of like them if they look exactly like this. I could see these doing pretty well when they hit retailers. I know when images were being shared, again, it's just a mock-up. People seem to be excited, but that's how it usually is. Anyways, they're going to drop sometime in August. We don't have a specific date. Also, they will be available in full family sizing. So we have men's priced at $215, grade school at $160, preschool at $100, and toddler sizes will cost you $85. I mentioned earlier that Jordan Brand is releasing pairs for the 2024 Olympic Games in Paris. I showed the Air Jordan 4, but before we do that, we have the Air Jordan 6 Craft Paris. This pair will be a women's exclusive release, and what you're looking at is a mock-up. What releases more than likely will look different, but the specific colorway is pure platinum, glacier blue, metallic gold, and coconut milk. So usually with the craft series, you can expect different materials, even slight modifications. For example, on the Air Jordan 3 craft, we have a layered theme. Some of the 4s, they have added materials and layering, so something similar to that could be on this shoe. And they're going to drop sometime in August in women's sizing, so price at $200 for women. Then we have preschool at $90 and toddler sizes for $75. We got another women's exclusive for August. This is the Air Jordan 1 Low OG Oxidized Green. So whenever you hear the shade Oxidized Green, at least to me, I think of the Air Jordan 14. To my knowledge, that was the first time the shade was used back in the late 1990s. So what we have here is a mock-up. What releases may look different, but the official colorway is white, oxidized green, and cell. So expected to feature white tumbled leather throughout, as well as oxidized green detailing and an aged midsole. They potentially could come with a gum rubber outsole, although I have yet to confirm that. I should have an update on that soon. But releasing sometime in August, only available in women's sizing, and the retail price will be $140. We got a new colorway of the Air Jordan 5 dropping in August. This pair is known as simply white and black due to the colorway, although there's a little bit more colors used, and the official colorway is white, black, cell, and metallic silver. Now, this pair reminds me a lot of the white metallic pair, which was originally released in the year 2000 and then re-released in 2015. Basically, due to the clean color combination, we have white leather throughout, and then the metallic silver on the tongue. That's pretty much why it reminds me of that shoe. But on the flames, we have black with white speckled detailing, black on the liner as well as the lace locks, and then a translucent outsole. So this is a mock-up. They should look something similar to this, although things can change. But I actually think this is a nice colorway. Nice and clean. Kind of reminds me of the white metallic, just with a twist. Also releasing in August. They will be available in full family sizing. We got men's priced at $200, grade school at $150, preschool at $90, and taller sizes at $75. This pair is a kids exclusive. I have no idea how they're going to look, so right now I'm just going to have a silhouette on the screen, maybe add some text and whatnot. But this is the Air Jordan 3 SE Grade School Moto. Now the official colorway is black, siren red, hyper jade, and white. Not really much to talk about this shoe because I don't know what they're going to look like. We have the colorway. They're going to drop sometime in August, and they'll be available in grade school sizes for $150, preschool at $90, and toddler sizes will cost you $75. Now this shoe might be tied to the Barons theme, however for now I'm going to call them the Air Jordan 12 Black and Wolf Gray, just because I don't have confirmation on that, although the color blocking is similar to that of the Air Jordan 1 Low OG Barons that's dropping. And that is, of course, to celebrate Michael Jordan playing for the Barons 30 years ago. So the specific colorway is black, wolf gray, and white. And the image you're looking at is a mock-up. However, I do have a feeling that they're going to look something very similar to this, although it's not confirmed. It could be switched up. But personally, I wouldn't mind it. I think it's just a simple, clean colorway. Let me know your thoughts down below. Currently scheduled to release on September 7th. This pair will also be available in full family sizing. So we have men's priced at $200, grade school costs you $150, preschool costs you $90, and toddler sizes retail at $75. Paris Saint Germain, also known as PSG, will collaborate with Jordan Brand once again, this time on the Air Jordan 1 Low OG. These collaborations with PSG and Jordan Brand started back in 2018. And in 2019, they did release a pair of the Air Jordan 1 Low, but it wasn't the OG version. And this pair is expected to feature a different colorway. So what you're looking at is a mock-up. I don't know how they're going to look. I wasn't told. I was just provided the colorway, release time frame, and the style code. So I don't know if they're going to be available in full family sizing or not, nor do I have the retail price just yet. But this mock-up is just for visual representation. It's probably not going to look anything like this. But the actual colorway is Cell, Off Noir, Infrared 2.3, and Pink Oxford. So expected to release on September 20th. And like I mentioned, no retail price. September, we have a handful of releases expected to drop. Of course, there's going to be more coming, but one of those is known as the Air Jordan 5 Archeo Brown. Now, the image you're looking at is only a mock-up. I'm not sure how they're going to come dressed, but I do know the official colorway is Archeo Brown, Fire Red, Black, and Cell. Other than that, I really don't have much more details. They are expected to release in September. Unfortunately, I don't know the retail price. It could be $200 or $210, and I don't know the size range. The next pair dropping in September is the Air Jordan 1 High OG Midnight Navy. So what you're looking at is a mock-up. However, they are expected to look something similar to this, and they feature a Midnight Navy, black, white, and cell color combination. So basically what we have is the Chicago Air Jordan 1, but instead of red, we have Midnight Navy. So featuring white leather on the base, that also lands on the toe box, same shade on the tongue, and then we have Midnight Navy on the overlays, tongue label, and the rubber outsole. Other details includes black on the swoosh, wings, ankle, laces, and then we have a cell midsole. These are nice. I definitely like them a lot. No specific release date, but expected to debut in September, and the retail price for men will be $180, grade school is $140, preschool is priced at $85, and toddler sizes will cost you $70. Releasing for fall 2024, we have a lot of releases. Now, a good amount of those releases, we do have release time frames like the month, but these ones we don't. Now, for fall, this means that a release could take place between July, August, or September. So basically, the fall collection will debut during summer until the beginning of fall. And the first pair I'm going to talk about is the Travis Scott Air Jordan 1 Low OG Black Olive. So I was told about this pair from my sources. About a month ago, I leaked it when I wasn't doing videos. However, about maybe a week to 2 weeks ago, we received a first look. So I did see a picture of the sample and it is on point. This is what we're getting. And as you know, actual photos did leak, although I'm a little bit questionable about these. But either way, there is a rumor that there's a second Travis Scott Air Jordan 1 dropping. It's unknown at this point if it's a low or a high. Yes, there was a rumor at one point that Travis Scott and Jordan Brand were going to stop dropping the Air Jordan 1, but things changed. Definitely going to be back at it in 2024, but the shoes feature medium olive on the overlays, and then we have black across the base. The signature backward swoosh is done in white as well as the label. Then we have red on the branding located on the tongue and heels. Other details includes a cell midsole and what looks to be an olive rubber outsole. So like I mentioned, this pair is going to release between July and September. Also, they will be available in full family sizing. Adult sizes will cost $150, preschool will cost $60, and toddler sizes will cost you $50. I actually think this colorway is nice. Let me know your thoughts down below. Nigel Sylvester will have another collaboration with Jordan Brand in 2024, and it'll be on a new model known as the Air Jordan 4 RM. Now, a lot of people were thinking that RM stands for remastered. It could be, but it's definitely not the remastered you and I are thinking of, because I've seen this shoe, and I'm going to tell you right now, a lot of people are going to be very, very disappointed. Now, I haven't seen his collaboration. I've just seen the Air Jordan 4 RM. Now, I tried to have a mock-up done of that shoe, but it came out not so good. It wasn't really a good example. It was really, really hard. My friend who sent me the image told me I couldn't share the photo of the Air Jordan 4 RM. So, unfortunately, I can't. I'll ask him again. If he changes his mind, I'll include it in this video. And this is the only place you're going to see it. I'm not going to post it anywhere else. But again, the image quality isn't that great, but from the photo, you can tell what's going on. So let me just warn you right there. And I'll also ask if he can take another picture. Maybe there'll be a better quality one, because when he sent me this photo, it was a month, maybe 2 months ago. So something could have changed. But not only do we have the Nigel Sylvester pair, there's going to be non-collaborations dropping, but for Nigel's pair, it'll come dressed in midnight green, metallic platinum, black, cell, dark smoke gray, and university red. Now, there's going to be colorways dropping exclusively in men's and women's sizing. So for men, we have a pair dropping in black, light bone, and light smoke gray. I believe that's the pair I saw a photo of. And then we have another pair dropping in cell, black, white, Coconut Milk, and Canyon Rust. Now for the women's side, we have a pair in Coconut Milk, Cell, and Coconut Milk, and then another in Oxidized Green, White, and Cell. So it looks like this Oxidized Green collection is starting to really grow. And just to give you guys a heads up, because I'm looking at the photo right now, the midsole is taken from the Air Jordan 4. That's 100%. But the upper, it has a different cage. It has mesh on the panels. It just looks really different. Gosh, I really hope he lets me show this. I won't know until I'm actually editing this video if I can add them in. Sorry, I'm editing in here. I need to actually add in, there's 2 colorways of Nigel Sylvester's Air Jordan 4 RM. This is labeled an SP, so it's part of the special projects. And the other colorway is Summit White, University Red, Cell, Gray Fog, Pale Ivory, and Gum Light Brown. Now, at the time of recording, I don't have a specific release date for the shoes, nor a month. I just know it's part of Jordan Brand's Fall 2024 collection, which means, again, the release can take place anywhere between July and September. And currently, I do not have a retail price. I know the hype has died down for the Air Jordan 1 High OG. However, there are some fans of the shoe that live and die by this shoe, and no matter what are going to go after them. I still enjoy the shoe. It just depends on the colorway because they've been dropping a lot, although they are expected to slow things down. But one of the pairs, in my opinion, that has a lot of potential is the Air Jordan 1 High OG Metallic Gold. Now, 2 things on this. What you're looking at is accurate color blocking. However, they could feature patent leather. Now, the initial unveiling of it did not feature patent leather. It was all leather. But there's been some rumors that things could have changed and the shoes would feature patent leather. Now, again, that isn't confirmed. What I was told from my sources is that it's going to be leather. I was told from another source that they don't remember them mentioning anything about patent leather. But again, there is a rumor going around that these could be patent leather, so I just want to throw that out there. Now, the official colorway is Black Metallic Gold in Cell, featuring black throughout. We have metallic gold on the swoosh, around the heel, ankle overlay, on the toe box, and across the rubber outsole. More black also hits the wings logo, ankle, laces, and tongue. And then we have a Cell midsole and a gold rubber outsole to finish the look. For me, anytime they drop a black and gold Air Jordan 1, I always have to go after them. I just love that color combination. And unfortunately, we don't have a specific release date. Gonna drop anywhere between July and September 2024. But the good news is that they will be available in full family sizing. So we have men's at 180, grade school at 140, preschool at 85, and toddler sizes will cost you $70. Another Air Jordan 17 Low will release for fall 2024, and that is the Air Jordan 17 Low University Blue, aka UNC, aka Carolina. Now, just like the Lightning pair, this pair will also come with a briefcase. That is why the retail price is so high, which is $300. And just to run back a little bit of history, this shoe actually did not come with the briefcase. It was the mid/high. This one came with the regular Jordan face box with the lines through it. And again, I believe it came with a towel. Also, they were originally released back in June 2002. At that time, the retail price was $150. So doubled now in price. You are getting a little bit more, and of course, there's inflation. This will also be the first time that the UNC pair retros as well as the Lightning. But unfortunately, we don't have a release time frame nor a date. They are part of Jordan Brand's Fall 2024 collection, which means that a release is expected to take place between July and September. Also, the retail price is $300. I don't think these are dropping in grade school or preschool sizes. I think these are going to be exclusively in men's sizes. Also, it is labeled an SP, which stands for Special Projects. And although this isn't 100% on every shoe, usually that means that they are limited. So I don't expect this to be a full GR. And for me, I like this pair a lot, but I like the Lightning more. And at $300, I'm not sure if I'm going to get both. For sure, I got to get the Lightning, though. That's my favorite colorway of the Air Jordan 17. Now we're going to talk about releases that I don't know when they're going to drop. They're expected to drop in 2024. A couple of them might be scrapped. And the first pair I'm going to talk about is the A Ma Maniére Air Jordan 17 Low. So there was going to be two colorways releasing, one known as Beach, the other one known as Cabin. Now, the reason I'm saying they might be scrapped is a couple reasons. One is that they were expected to debut in summer 2024. Now, of course, there's still plenty of time, but I haven't heard an update. Usually by now, I would get the colorway, a style code, and things like that, but I don't have that. And two, for fall 2024, A Ma Maniére is releasing another Air Jordan 3 and another Air Jordan 4. So they could still drop the Air Jordan 17 lows, both colorways, and drop the 3 and the 4. But I have a weird feeling that they might have been scrapped. Now, I did see the colorway for the Air Jordan 17 Low Beach. The image you're looking at is an accurate one. This is what is going to release if it does. Now, the second pair, which is known as Cabin, I don't know the colorway on that, so that's just grayed out. That's not accurate by any means. And these two releases are representing new locations from A Ma Maniére. So we have A Ma Maniére Beach opening in 2024. According to the website, it reads, sitting on the shores of the Atlantic, A Ma Maniére Beach will be our upcoming luxury seaside concept space, bringing an elevated, unexpected retail and lifestyle experience to Folly Beach, South Carolina. Now, the other pair is known as Cabin, and reading from the website, our upcoming boutique cabin experience, A Ma Maniére Cabin, will be the luxury cottage space, extending our retail and hospitality concept to the outdoors, creating a one-of-a-kind hilltop setting unlike any other. On their website, they do have some concept photos of what it's going to look like. Both are pretty nice, I'm not going to lie. For the Cabin one, they didn't have a location listed. But yeah, these are what the two are inspired by. And if they're still going to drop, it's going to be for summer 2024. Well, part of Jordan Brand's summer 2024 collection, which means they can release anywhere between April and June 2024. Also, the retail price will be $300. I haven't heard if these will receive a briefcase or not. I'm going to guess they are for the price, if they do drop, of course. But yeah, let me know your thoughts on this drop down in the comment section below. We have potentially 4 upcoming Air Jordan 17 low colorways dropping in 2024. Now, what's also rumored, or I should say expected to drop, because this info comes from Z Sneakerhead Z, is the Air Jordan 17 OG Varsity Red. This, of course, is an original colorway and is expected to be the first mid or high, whatever you want to call it, to return in 2024. I expect these to have the briefcase the original release did, so if they're going to use it for the lows, they're going to use it for the mid/high. And for those that don't know, this pair was originally launched in 2002. Now, a few things I've heard about this shoe is that potentially holiday 2024. Again, it's not 100% confirmed that these are going to return. However, if I had to bet, I would bet yes, just because who it came from. But I also wonder what the retail price is going to be. Since the lows are $300, these got to be at least $350 to $400. And if these are part of the holiday 2024 lineup from Jordan Brand, I'll probably find this out for 100% sure in a month, maybe 2 months tops. I'm also going to learn the Air Jordan 11 for holiday 2024 very, very soon. Believe it or not, I do know a few releases for 2025. But I'll talk a little bit more about that in the outro. So for this shoe, we don't have a specific release date, possibly holiday 2024, and no retail price. And that's going to do it for this video. Like always, greatly appreciate you guys for watching. If you haven't yet, make sure to hit this video with a thumbs up. And if you're new here, subscribe by hitting the button below. As well, turn on the notification bell so you can be alerted every time I drop a new video. Now, if you guys really can show support on this, I greatly would appreciate it. It's taken me about 4 days to record this. I don't know how many days it's going to take to edit it all up and put the photos in and all that, but probably about 3 to 4 days as well. I know I've been MIA, but I wanted to come back in a big way and dropping this video. I know it's going to be a long one. Hopefully you guys will enjoy it, of course. Now, I did kind of hint in the video about some 2025 releases. Now, again, anything can change, and I'll let you guys know this for now. What I'm hearing is that the Air Jordan 16 will return, the Air Jordan 18, and the Air Jordan 21. That's all I'm saying. I can't give colorways that are expected. I will say this. For the 16, it's not going to be the cherry wood, at least not for now. but I can't really give much more information. Again, it's possible it doesn't happen. The reason I haven't wrote an article or actually put it out in the universe on IG and all that stuff is because it's so far in advance that anything could happen. But for you guys who watch these videos and the ones, that show support, I want to, give you guys a little something, let you guys know something that's coming. But I feel like you guys understand too where I'm coming from, and I can actually say that there's still a possibility they don't actually make it to production, but that is the plan. So there's a ton of releases for 2024 in this video. If I had to pick one pair and only one pair to buy, it would be the Air Jordan 4 Military Blue, hands down. But let me know what would be the one pair that you would buy, or if you want to do a top 5 for 2024 and leave it in the comment section, you can do so as well. Also, release dates change all the time. There's been a few shoes that I recorded for this video that I had to re-record because the release date actually changed. So in the case that it does change, there will be a link in the description below, which will take you to SneakerFiles.com, specifically our Air Jordan release dates page, where it'll be updated there. And then moving forward, I'm going to be more consistent on these videos. So like always, be on the lookout for that. Again, thank you for watching. Enjoy the holidays with your family. Be on the lookout for another video. And of course, if you haven't yet, make sure to subscribe.